Deep within the bustling streets of 19th-century St. Petersburg, a solitary figure emerges from the shadows. He is the underground man, the nameless narrator of Fyodor Dostoevsky's seminal novella, Notes from Underground. This introspective and often unsettling work plunges us into the depths of human consciousness, confronting us with themes of isolation, free will, and the absurdity of existence. Dostoevsky's novella is a searing indictment of Enlightenment ideals, challenging the prevailing notions of reason, progress, and social harmony. Join me as we explore the subterranean world of Notes from Underground, unraveling the complexities of the human psyche and the enduring legacy of Dostoevsky's masterpiece. The underground man is a self-proclaimed sick man, consumed by his own consciousness and alienated from the world around him. He retreats into his underground, a metaphorical space representing his isolation and detachment from society. He scorns the values and conventions of the normal world, rejecting any attempt at social interaction or meaningful connection. His isolation is both self-inflicted and a product of his profound sense of alienation. Despite his protestations of independence, the underground man yearns for connection. He is acutely aware of his own isolation and the emptiness of his existence. He recognizes his own hypocrisy, acknowledging his desire for human contact even as he pushes others away. His isolation is a prison of his own making, a self-imposed exile from the very things he desires most. Dostoevsky, through The Underground Man, launches a scathing critique of Enlightenment ideals, particularly the emphasis on reason and rationality as the guiding principles of human behavior. He delves into the complexities of the human psyche, challenging the notion that logic and reason can fully encapsulate the human experience. The Underground Man rejects the notion that human beings are inherently rational creatures, arguing instead that we are driven by irrational desires, impulses, and emotions. He believes that these irrational elements are what make us truly human, and that to deny them is to deny our very essence. He mocks the idea of a utopian society governed by logic and reason, seeing it as a form of intellectual tyranny that stifles individual freedom. To him, such a society would be devoid of the spontaneity and unpredictability that give life its richness and depth. The underground man's rebellion against reason is not simply a rejection of intellectualism, it is a profound statement about the human condition, emphasizing that our lives are filled with contradictions and paradoxes that cannot be neatly resolved by rational thought alone. It is a deeper critique of the limitations of human understanding and the inherent absurdity of existence. He suggests that the quest for absolute knowledge and certainty is ultimately futile, as it overlooks the chaotic and unpredictable nature of life. He argues that reason can only take us so far in comprehending the complexities of human experience. Beyond that, we must rely on our feelings, intuitions, and the irrational aspects of our nature to navigate the world. There is a realm of feeling, intuition, and irrationality that defies rational explanation. This realm, according to the underground man, is where the true essence of humanity lies, and it is in embracing this irrationality that we find our true freedom and individuality. One of the most unsettling aspects of the underground man's philosophy is his embrace of suffering as an essential element of human existence. He argues that suffering is the only true form of freedom, as it allows us to experience the full range of human emotions and to define ourselves against the indifference of the universe. He rejects the pursuit of happiness as a shallow and ultimately meaningless goal. The underground man's embrace of suffering is not masochism. It is a recognition of the inherent limitations of human existence and the inevitability of pain, loss, and disappointment. He argues that by embracing suffering, we can find a perverse form of freedom in accepting the absurdity of our condition. We are free to choose how we respond to the challenges and setbacks that life throws our way. Section 5. Apropos of the Wet Snow, A Descent into Darkness. The second part of the novella, Apropos of the Wet Snow, recounts a series of events that occur after the underground man's philosophical musings. This section delves deeper into the psyche of the protagonist, revealing the complexities and contradictions that define his character. We witness his interactions with former schoolmates, which are marked by a sense of alienation and bitterness. These encounters are not just social interactions, but are laden with the weight of his internal struggles and insecurities. His humiliating encounter with a prostitute named Liza serves as a pivotal moment in the narrative. This interaction is not merely a transaction but a profound reflection of his inner turmoil and conflicting emotions. The underground man's descent into a spiral of self-destruction and despair is vividly portrayed. His actions and thoughts become increasingly erratic, showcasing the destructive power of his nihilistic worldview. The events of this section serve to illustrate the practical consequences of the underground man's philosophy. His theories, when put into practice, lead to isolation and misery, highlighting the dangers of extreme introspection and detachment from reality. The underground man's interactions with others are characterized by his inability to form genuine connections. His relationships are superficial and fraught with tension, reflecting his deep-seated fear of vulnerability and rejection. He is plagued by self-consciousness, paranoia, and a constant sense of being judged by those around him. This paranoia fuels his resentment and further isolates him from society. The deep-seated resentment of those he perceives as superior to him becomes a recurring theme. This resentment is not just directed at individuals, but at society as a whole, reflecting his profound disillusionment. His encounters with Liza in particular highlight his capacity for both cruelty and tenderness. These moments of vulnerability reveal the complexity of his character, as he oscillates between moments of genuine connection and acts of emotional cruelty. Revealing the deep well of pain and longing that lies beneath his cynical exterior, the underground man's story is a poignant exploration of the human condition. It serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of living a life detached from genuine human connection and empathy. Section 6. Liza, a glimmer of hope, extinguished. Liza, the prostitute whom the underground man encounters, represents a fleeting opportunity for redemption. She is a symbol of innocence and compassion in a world that the underground man views as inherently corrupt. Liza sees through his cynical facade, recognizing the pain and loneliness that he tries so desperately to conceal. Her presence awakens in him a flicker of hope for connection and genuine human interaction. However, the underground man's own insecurities and self-sabotaging tendencies prevent him from seizing this opportunity for redemption. He pushes Liza away, unable to reconcile his idealized image of her with the reality of her profession. His encounter with Liza ultimately serves to reinforce his sense of isolation and his belief in the futility of human connection. Section 7. Dostoevsky's Legacy, a Foundation for Existentialism. Notes from Underground is considered a precursor to existentialist thought, influencing writers and philosophers such as Jean-Paul Sartre, Albert Camus, and Franz Kafka. The novella's exploration of themes such as alienation, freedom, and the search for meaning in an absurd world resonated with existentialist thinkers who grappled with the anxieties and uncertainties of the 20th century. Dostoevsky's influence on existentialism lies in his unflinching portrayal of the human condition. He does not shy away from the darker aspects of human nature, exploring themes of suffering, despair, and the absurdity of existence. Notes from Underground paved the way for a literary and philosophical movement that embraced the complexities of human existence and challenged traditional notions of truth, morality, and the meaning of life. Section 8. Conclusion. The enduring resonance of the underground. Notes from Underground remains a powerful and unsettling work, challenging us to confront the darker aspects of human nature and the limitations of reason. Written by Fyodor Dostoevsky in 1864, this novella delves deep into the psyche of its protagonist, the underground man, who embodies the existential angst and moral dilemmas that continue to plague humanity. The narrative is a profound exploration of the human condition, revealing the inner turmoil and contradictions that define our existence. The underground man's voice continues to resonate with readers over a century later, speaking to the enduring themes of alienation, the search for meaning, and the struggle for authenticity in a world that often seems indifferent to our plight. His monologues, filled with self-loathing and philosophical musings, strike a chord with those who have ever felt disconnected or misunderstood. The novella's exploration of free will, determinism, and the nature of human suffering remains relevant in today's fast-paced, often superficial society. Dostoevsky's novella is not a comfortable read. It is a mirror reflecting the darkest corners of our souls, forcing us to confront the uncomfortable truths we often prefer to ignore. The underground man's cynicism and despair challenge our perceptions of morality and rationality, urging us to question the very foundations of our beliefs and values. It forces us to question our assumptions about ourselves and the world around us. The novella's raw and unfiltered portrayal of the human experience compels us to examine our own lives, our motivations, and the societal structures that shape our existence. It is a call to introspection, a demand for self-awareness, and an invitation to embrace the complexity of our emotions and thoughts. Yet, it is in this discomfort that we find the true power of Dostoevsky's writing. His ability to evoke such profound emotional and intellectual responses is a testament to his literary genius. The novella's enduring relevance lies in its capacity to provoke thought and stir the soul, making it a timeless piece of literature that continues to inspire and challenge readers across generations. Notes from Underground is a work that challenges us to think deeply about the human condition and to confront the complexities of our own existence. It is a journey into the depths of the human psyche, a voyage that reveals the fragility and resilience of the human spirit. The novella's exploration of existential themes and its unflinching honesty make it a powerful and transformative reading experience. It is a testament to the enduring power of literature to illuminate the darkest corners of the human psyche and to force us to confront the uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the world we inhabit. Through the lens of the underground man, Dostoevsky offers us a profound and unsettling reflection on the human condition, one that continues to resonate and provoke thought long after the final page is turned.